Keep it up with Homes Innovations. 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 Stay tuned. Hey, Friday, come get the news. Miss Handy keeping you in tune about what's going on in school. Homes Elementary, we going up. Knowledge is power, can't get enough. Once the beat drop, then you know it's us. Go ahead, Miss Handy, let them know what's up. Keep it up with Homes Innovations. Keep it up with Homes Innovations. Keep it up with Homes Innovations. Keep it up with Homes Innovations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Town Hall News with Miss Handy. Let's get started with our star chant.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be reciting the Stars chant in Haitian Creole. Dans l'école Homes Innovation, moi rive jwen zétoal yo. Moi se yon savant. Ki sa vle di? Moi satisfait go atent yo. E bagay akademik. Moi se yon obstine. Ki sa vle di? Moi preserve nan tout defi nan chemin mwen. Nan e klas. Mwen se yon avoka, ki sa vle di? Mwen pale pou tet mwen ak pran responsability pou apajan mwen. Mwen respekte, ki sa vle di? Mwen apresye tet mwen ak relizyon mwen ak tout moun. Mwen goumen pou justice sosyal, ki sa vle di? Mwen travaye pou egli e ekip nan community mwen. Now, Homes Innovation School, nous toutes ces étoiles. Bye!
Now let's get into some announcements. What do you celebrate around this time? I would like to hear from you. You can send me a quick video, 60 seconds or less, on what holiday your family celebrates. What traditions do you have? What type of foods do you eat? If you send me a video, I will place it here on Town Hall. You can send that video to homestownhallnews@gmail.com. Again, that's homestownhallnews@gmail.com. Staples gift cards are still able to be used. The deadline is now December 31st, 2020. If you have not received your card, please contact the school immediately. The box program with Mr. King is happening Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 8:30 a.m. till 9:10 a.m. I will put his email and I will post the flyer right on this video so you can get all the information you need to join. Family surveys are coming out soon. Parents, be on the lookout. You will receive a link from BPS with a survey. This will help us get valuable information on remote learning and our practices, and also what we need to do as a school to improve. It's almost the third Friday of the month, and you know what that means. It's Brunch with Mr. Brewster. December 18th, 2020, Mr. Brewster will be hosting a brunch via Zoom. You can find the information on this flyer here. You can also find more details in our family newsletter. Say what? The Homes has a family newsletter? That's right, we sure do. And the link is in Class Dojo. So if you want to hear more from the school and want to keep up to date with all of our information, go on to Class Dojo, click that link, and look at our family newsletter. Well, that's it for our announcements today. House competitions are back. That's right. Remember this? Yep. This is our Rose Gold H. We will be placing this in the pods of the houses that have the highest attendance for the week. That's right. So make sure you are logging on to Zoom so that way your house can win the Golden H. It is now time to announce our shooting stars for the week. Nevin in 104 is getting a star for turning on his camera and participating more. Jacob in 104 is earning a star for working hard and helping others focus. Natalie in 104 is getting a star for working hard and helping others focus. Delvin in 106 is getting a camera for turning his behavior around in ELA. Timadayo in 104 is getting a star for always being consistent with her behavior and her schoolwork. Serenity in 104 is getting a star for advocating for herself and asking other classmates for help with schoolwork. Zaylin in 104 is getting a star for being focused and having role model behavior. Zakai in 104 is getting a star for showing more of his thoughts and personality during crew. Musa in 104 is getting a star for scholarship and persistence. Derek in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar and setting a great example. Brooklyn in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar and setting a great example. Asana in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar and improving her work. Jaden in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar and improving in his work. Jashawn in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar and improving in work. Keyshawn in 202 is getting a star for being an advocate for himself. Emma in 202 is getting a star for being a scholar. George in 306 is getting a star for being a scholar. Ashraf in 306 is getting a star for being an advocate. Elijah in 306 is getting a star for increasing his participation. Relia in 306 is getting a star for tenacity. Aiden in 203 is getting a star for showing all of the stars while there was a visitor on Zoom. Joandel is getting, in 203, is getting a star for showing stars while there was a visitor on Zoom. John in 203 is getting a star for showing stars while there was a visitor on Zoom. Jarrelise in 203 is getting a star while for showing stars while there was a visitor on Zoom. Nayeli is also getting a star in 203 for showing stars while there was a visitor on Zoom. Isaiah in 003 is getting a star for scholarship. Zathina in 003 is getting a star for scholarship. Raphael in 206 is getting a star for doing his best work. Dayon in 206 is getting a star for working hard. Talon is getting a star for, in 206, is getting a star for working independently. Mahad in 206 is getting a star for completing all of his assignments. Kata in 206 is getting a star for doing her best. Alyssa in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Anthony in 205 is getting a star for scholarship. Annalise is getting, in 207, is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Amia in 205 is getting a star for respect. Gabriella in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Icy Boss in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Kevin in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Levi in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Ryan in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Thomas in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Torian in 207 is getting a star for participating in Zoom every day. Nee in 306 is getting a star for tenacity. George in 306 is getting a star for tenacity. Sion in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Anthony in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Devana in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Alana in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Michaela in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Brandon in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. And Isaiah in 307 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. Liz in 106 is getting a star for scholarship and participation. Gabriella in 106 is getting a star for tenacity and scholarship. All second grade boys are getting a star for scholarship and phonics. All second grade girls are getting a star for tenacity and working hard. William in 11A is getting a star for learning and showing listening rules. TJ in 11A is getting a star for having a positive attitude. Zanaya in 11A is getting a star for advocacy. Amir in 11A is getting a star for using his strong voice and being a scholar. Rosie in 11A is getting a star for working hard on Seesaw. Ian in 308 is getting a star for being a scholar and working hard. Jacoby in 308 is getting a star for being a scholar and working hard. And showing his camera on Zoom. Natalie in 201 is getting a star for rocking her first week at the home school. Welcome to our school, Natalie. Mason in 201 is getting a star for scholarship. Janaya in 201 is getting a star for tenacity. Nia in 201 is getting a star for scholarship. Patrick in 12A is getting a star for tenacity. Savannah in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Jakai in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Kalel in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Liam in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Daniel in 12A is getting a star for respect. Christopher in 12A is getting a star for tenacity. Matthew in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Erickson in 12A is getting a star for scholarship. Lewis in 201 is getting a star for daily participation in ESL. Yandalise in 201 is getting a star for daily participation in ESL. James Lee in 201 is getting a star for participating in ESL. Well, that's it for our shooting stars this week. On the count of 3, let's give them all a big shooting star. 1, 2, 3. Shooting star! Congratulations, scholars, and keep up the great work. It is now time for our new segment. What do you celebrate? This week, we have a submission from one of our teachers, Miss Grant. She sent in a video of her family when they were celebrating Kwanzaa when she was a young girl. Do you think you can pick her out in this video? Take a look.
Umoja, unity. At the end of every year, my family celebrates Kwanzaa, Kujijakalia.
Self-determination.
It's an African American holiday. Ujima.
Collective work and responsibility.
On Kwanzaa, we speak in Kiswahili, Ujma.
Cooperative economics.
And in English,
Nia, purpose.
as I light each candle in the Kinara, I announce the principles of Kwanzaa.
Kuumba, creativity.
They're called the Nguzo Saba,
Imani, faith.
the beliefs that show us how to live.
Tonight is the 7th night of Kwanzaa. Imani means faith. It's up to us to keep the faith of our ancestors. We must always stand together and be strong. A strong family. Harambe.
Harambe! This is an email from Miss Hall, Jill Wandell's mother, a 2nd grade student in Miss Naper's class. Her email says, "Hi, Miss Handy. It's Miss Hall. I celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We eat ham and chicken for the holiday. Our tradition is to get up in the morning, open presents, and sing." Thank you, Miss Hall, Joe Wandell's mom, for sending this in. It is now time to announce our Students of the Month for November. These students have gone above and beyond to get their schoolwork done, to make sure that they are showing all of the stars by being respectful to others, showing tenacity, being advocates for themselves, and doing all of their schoolwork and being scholarly. Here are this month's Students of the Month. Jashawn Charles, N 302. Nayeli Lewis, N 203. Desire Williams DePina, N 201. Christopher Cruz Rodriguez, N 12A. Thomas Phelan, N 207. Derek Gonzalez, N 202. Khaleesi Mendez, N 003. Ann Producio, N 301. Tristan Baker Jr., N 11A. Ni Wen, N 306. Jacoby Ireda, N 308. Helen Orzuna, N 205. Timadiah Okoro, N 104. Shiloh Faline, N 02A. And Ralph Fernandez, N 206. Congratulations! And don't worry, you will also receive a special prize. Tell your parents to be on the lookout from a phone call from me. This week's star teacher is someone who believes in working to improve, not only for their students, but for themselves. They have worked really hard to provide meaningful opportunities and push students in reading and writing. And it has been a joy to see what students can do. Thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you. This week's star teacher is none other than Mrs. Kerman. Thank you, Mrs. Kerman, for all you do. It is now time for our dance out. This week, we will be dancing to Family. I'm sure this tune will get you out of your chair and moving.
If we fall out, brethren, we go all out. We will never, what's the family, them fall and sprawl out. From everywhere we crawl out. We
It's plenty away. My crown on the empty away. The band that we have is unbreakable for the long term. It's not temporary. Hands up. If you love family, show me your hand if it is one away. Don't follow me, cause technically all the way is way. Well, let me tell you one time.